Hello Internet, hello world. Very good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining us from. Welcome to Code It Live. Welcome to another Thursday. This is the dotNET Dev Show, where we talk about all things .NET, a lot of Xamarin, a lot of Blazor of late as well. But today is going to be a different type of stream, because I get to do this like 3 major times a year, really just like 3 times a year, because whenever there's a big release of Telerik, I like playing around. And obviously I'm Sam Basu, by the way. I'm a dev advocate here at Progress Software, and we normally don't do like purely streams with our stuff, but hey, it's a fresh new release, hot bits that just landed yesterday. So as an insider, like I know what's going on. Obviously in our builds, we have nightly things we can draw from, and we know where to keep our code and where to build from. But I was hoping that I would just play around with it as if I don't know anything with this release at all. What's in it for mobile, what's in it for desktop developers. Okay, so that's what I hope to do. And next week, by the way, I'm getting Maddie Lejeune from the Xamarin team to join me. And she's going to talk about some of the hotness in Xamarin Forms 5.0, which landed probably 2 weeks back. So that should be fun. Okay, so let's roll. Let's start. You are looking at my desktop, but not my car. Hopefully someday. All right, let's start. Folks in the chat room, if the music needs to be up or down, let me know and I shall adjust. Okay, so starting from absolutely the scratch, I don't have any of the bits installed. This is me like literally playing around with it, so there's going to be some exploration, there's going to be some things I'm going to try to figure out myself, and you get to join me for the journey. I'm just doing it to see all the cool stuff in a new release that just got dropped yesterday. So you don't have to use any of our stuff to follow along. Hang on, let me see if I can maybe lower the music a tad more. There you go, that should be good. But I mean, if you do use anything Telerik or anything Kenda UI, then you should see the latest bits show up in your NuGet streams, in your NuGet package updates. You should see them in your account if you want to sign on to Telerik.com with your account, and you'll see the bits. And you can just download the DLLs. So however you get it, if you use something like a control center, and then all of the updated bits will show up there. So however you get it, go and get it. So I'm going to pull up this post here that went live yesterday. It's a long post, because what we will do is we'll kind of break this down, because there is a lot going on. This is all of our engineering efforts all across Telerik and Kenda UI, probably like it's like almost 20 different products, right? So this is a lot to break down. So next week, my good friend Ed Charbonneau and me, we will do some webinars where we go over what's new in .NET, in particular, what's all the hotness with Blazor, obviously, which is the hottest thing for ASP.NET developers, MVC, ASP.NET Core, which is all the web stuff that that Ed is going to dive into, and then I'll cover all of the desktop and mobile stuff in detail. But today is just an exploration. So I'm going to keep this page open and start kind of going down this list and see, like, if I was a complete newbie, never have used any of this stuff, like how do I even explore what's in this release? It's a new year, it's new beginnings. So what can we do to make developers more productive? Okay, so we had WPF, WinForms that I can get to. WinUI, this is cool. This is I mean, it's not even out of preview from Microsoft, but we are here to help with previews if you want to start exploring. But let's start with Xamarin, and then I'll circle back to the desktop stuff. Okay, so for mobile, it's all things Xamarin. So it looks like we did a bunch of different things. Official release of the rich text editor. I love this thing. It is such a polished editor where if you have to grab users' input where they're typing something in, and if you want to let them have some rich text editing like HTML or any other markup, highlighting features, whatever you can do, like bullet points or indentation, everything. It's all built in. You just throw it in and it just works. So we've had that in beta, I think, from last release. So this is out now, production ready. Dark mode. Look at that. It's funny how like websites and apps nowadays get judged. Like if you are not supporting dark mode, you're not doing enough like for accessibility. So this is important. I'm not the biggest fan of like dark mode on my phone. I use it a lot for desktop, obviously, when I'm coding. Not so much on the streams because I think it makes it actually hard to read, but like for any other time, I'm all for dark mode. So it looks like we got dark mode support across all of the themes, which is nice. Tab view gets a bunch of different features, disable tabs, swipe gestures, sliding headers. PDF viewer support for type 3, and actually essentially what's happening is we have a thing called the document processing library, which is what we use for any type of Office document processing, Word, PowerPoint, Excel. We can read, we can write, you get to manipulate those docs, and you get to let the user edit and create or delete those docs, and all of that is controlled through a dotNET standard library, and this shows up across like multiple product lines because it's all using dotNET standard. So looks like some cool stuff here. PDF viewer support for type 3 fonts. I have no idea what type 3 fonts are. Okay, let's take a look. Type 3 fonts. PostScript. Oh, this is too small. So this is Adobe for like printing and PDFs, I'm guessing. Type 1, Type 3 introduced in, just recently, as in 1984. Okay, so it is an older technology, but I'm guessing Adobe still uses it. PostScript is commonly used. My apologies, I just don't know enough about this stuff. But Type 3 fonts are also called PostScript Type 3, consist of glyphs defined using full TypeScript language rather than just a subset. Because of this, Type 3 font can do some things that type font fonts cannot do, such as specify shading, color, and fill patterns. So that's nice. However, it does not support hinting, okay? Adobe Type Manager did not support Type 3 fonts, and they're supported as native WYSIWYG fonts on any version of macOS on Windows. Oh, okay. So now you're looking at supporting like modern desktops which support Type 3 fonts. So you can print or you can do stuff in PDF with Type 3 fonts, which is now looks like embedded and supported in our doc processing libraries. Okay. So what we do is like for each of the products, like you see like this link is not live yet. There's a release blog post that goes out from the product managers and the engineering leads to say, this is what we did this release. So it's that hot, like those posts are not live yet, but let's play around with it, okay? So let's keep this one open so we have a list of all the things. I'm going to go to the Xamarin one and just play with it as if I have never used it, which, I mean, I have, obviously. I'm biased. This is what I do. So obviously, look around. Like when you're building any type of mobile or desktop app, please look around. Don't reinvent the wheel for UI. There are others who build similar UI, but we like to think that our support, our documentation, and our investments in engineering are really there to make developers more productive. But by all means, look around and choose the best UI suite that is good for your apps. Okay, so I'm going to do the big download free trial button, okay? And let's see what we do. Okay, so I can log in. I got multiple logins here, so I'm going to try to remember. Right. Okay, so that worked. All right, so it's downloading a package. So what this should have is three things, right? One is you get the binaries, the actual bits that power Xamarin applications on iOS, Android, and other platforms. You get some sample apps, which we're going to dive into, and those sample apps are actually the same ones that the code, we give you the code, so you get to see how it's being used, and that same sample app is actually something you can see on the iOS or Android and other app stores, which I don't know if those apps are live yet. Let me see, UI for Xamarin app. I may have to look for iOS App Store. I mean, it's much easier to look for this on your mobile device, but there, right there. So yeah, so this is an app. You can search for this on iOS or Android or the Windows Store, and you can see exactly what the full-fledged Xamarin app does, and it's got all of the UI that you get to play around with, and we give you the source code. It's also on GitHub, but like since we downloaded it, it's there. So let's go ahead and install this. Let's see what we downloaded. I'll make this a little bigger. All right, downloads. Okay, so now it's just a package, so that's nice. So it's MSI if you're Windows, or if it's just a package if you are on Mac, and now it's complaining, hey, you're not a right signed source. All right, we'll fix it. General, open anyway. All right, open. There you go. All right, so now we get this nice installer that says, hey, I'm about to install Progress Telerik UI for Xamarin R1 2021. So brand new release. Continue, continue, yes, agree. So you can see like I'm doing this fresh. My finger for touch. And it's putting out all the things, which, I mean, you can also download these things separately. You don't have to use the installer, but it just makes it nice and easy. It just keeps everything in one place. Chat room, you're quiet. Sugar, wait, I missed your name. Sugar Alien? Thank you for the follow, appreciate it. Okay, yeah, thank you for installing. Yeah, and the nice thing is like they point out to the demos, which, so the demo app that I showed you, that's the one that's in the store. But really, if you want to look at like some of the more advanced demos, which, hang on, let me pull it up. If I simply head over to Xamarin, and if I go over to demos, these are the ones that are like full-fledged apps, and one is an ERP, one is a CRM, one is like a photo tagging solution, to-do list. They use Azure, they use various MVVM frameworks to kind of show you how to do stuff. So yeah, play around with all of these things. All of this source code is open source for developers to kind of take a look at. Yeah, Sugar Alien. Okay, sorry, I didn't read your name right. Hello, hello. Can I? It's Thursday. Can I highlight messages? Let's see, because this tool was not working for me before. Yeah, there you go. So I can at least highlight today. Good. Hello, hello. Yeah, hello chat room. So take a look at some of these demos if you may, but I installed it and let's see where it went. Success, close. Oh, I always like software which kind of gets the installers trashed once you're done, because you don't need that anymore. Move that to trash. Done. All right. Now, where did that install? Okay, so right here, this might depend whether you are on Windows or Mac. I think it's on Windows. It's like C program files, and then progress. So here on Mac, it's documents, then progress, and nothing. I mean, you can choose obviously where you want to unpack this, but you can see like this was from last year, and so it's nicely organized. And this is for R1 2021. So you get binaries, which is for, okay, so now these are the major things we support: iOS, Android. The portable library is the dotNET standard library, and UWP for Windows, and then Blazor mobile bindings, which is experimental, but I mean, we already have like a dozen or so of the Xamarin controls already exposed as Blazor mobile bindings. So those are all the binaries. You can dive in, you can get the DLLs, you can just drag and drop in your projects. You get examples, which are fun. You get extensions. So what this MPack extension does, this is for more on the Mac side because it's an extension. For Windows, like you get a Visual Studio Telerik toolbar that makes it easy for you to get like file new or just like add Telerik into an existing project. This one here is the extension pack for VS for Mac, which I'm on. I already have it, so I don't need it. Licenses, and then this app here, QSF. Okay, this one here is the one that I just showed you, or maybe I closed it. That is the app that's actually on iOS or Android that lets you play around with it, and Windows as well. So we give you the source code right there, so you can pull this up and take a look. So without further ado, let's pull up our solution file and see what code we pushed out. So that's going to open up in Visual Studio for Mac. Okay, yeah, I don't care about installing Android right now. I'm a bigger fan of iOS than Android, but again, like our personal choices are different. Yeah, I don't want to install Visual Studio right now. Thank you, sir. All right, so let me get some things out of the way. So you can see like it has, this is a Xamarin Forms application, so it has all of those things. But I'm going to make the iOS thing my startup project. And since I don't have all the bits necessary for Android, I think I might just need to like get some of the latest ones. I am actually going to remove this. Yeah, go ahead and delete from disk. Delete. And UWP, I cannot run it on a Mac either. So go ahead and remove that. Okay, now it should just be iOS and the dotNET standard library, which is what we want. See that? So this guy here is the dotNET standard library. And then we have iOS, which doesn't have any platform specific code. It literally is, everything is in the dotNET standard library. I'm getting a lot of sunshine. It's a bright morning here. And I got a window right next to me. Okay, but hopefully the text and everything else should be clear. Okay, let's take a look. Let's do a build. And once I pull up the code, I'll bump up the fonts. Oh, the sun is really coming in. Hold on. Alexa, turn Zen on. So what I mean by that, no, it's actually not making it better. Zen is actually the name of a little smart light bulb that I have sitting next to my desk, so I can turn things on and off. Oh, I'll keep it on. Maybe it helps, maybe it doesn't. All right, so it's building now. This is the first time, right? So the project just doesn't have anything, so it's going to take a bit to build, and subsequent builds are that much faster. Now, when you do that, again, I had opened the project, so it has the DLLs right there, but some of the dotNET dependencies, it will try to pull them down from NuGet servers. Come on, Visual Studio. So I want to explore all the Xamarin stuff first, and then if I have time, I'll go into WPF and WinForms. And even for those, like we have apps that are installable from the store, so you don't need to install anything. You can just play with the apps and you can play with the controls. All right, I'm waiting, Visual Studio. Waiting for custom tools. What are you waiting on? Okay, build started. Oh, it's building for I don't know why, like on any new project like Visual Studio, things like iPod Touch is the preferred simulator or device target all the time. Oh no! Whole bunch of errors. Hey, hot bits, I told you. Hot bits. Yeah, so let's fix up this. Let's first do this. Let's restore our dependencies, which are way too small here. Restore. Okay. And for this one, the iOS project, references, packages, restore. Okay. So that should be all that I need. So now let's do a rebuild. Because if this doesn't build, then I got something not quite right in my setup, or I'll go back to the engineering teams to say, hey, why is it not building? Okay. MS build, code generator crash, not connected. What is it trying to connect to? Mono. Oh. This is interesting. Do I not have the right mono version? This update has... shouldn't have to. Oh, this is weird. Okay, let's try building this. Let's see if the app got updated, because like Apple takes a few days to push it out as well. Like Telerik, your Xamarin app, iOS App Store. Oh yeah, we did update that. See that R1 2021. So that is the latest thing. I can view into the Mac App Store, but I was hoping to actually run this locally. Maybe I'll close down Visual Studio and try it again. When nothing works, close down Visual Studio one time. Build. Folks in the chat room, thank you for hanging out. I'm just exploring a brand new release today. It's a different type of a stream where you're not talking about building something. I'm just looking at a brand new release and be able to play around with some of the features that are in it, like dark mode, like rich text editor, and tab views, word processing improvements, all of that good stuff. If it would build, looks like the iOS one is trying at least. We'll give it another chance here, and then I might switch to a different platform and see how that's working out. Come on, Visual Studio. No, okay, the same error. So something is not right in my mono. So the runtime, mono develop core extension binary message. I have not seen this particular error before, so it's complaining about something down in mono develop core. All right, and I mean, we cannot build the iOS project without the .NET Standard project. Like, there's a clear dependency in there. All right, we'll try this one time, we'll kill it, and see if it makes a difference if we reload it. Yeah, R1 2021, that's the one I'm loading up. Oh, it won't even load. Oh, it's loading UWP, that's fine. I thought I got rid of them, but not. Ooh, the sunlight is also way too bright. Okay, Android, I thought I got rid of them, but I didn't update the CS proj, I'm sure, which is why it's complaining. Delete, remove. Alright, now I should have those things removed. Can I do a clean? Clean is successful. Build. Come on. What? Now it's built. I don't understand. What happened to all the errors? Oh, Visual Studio. You seem to have a mind of your own. And this one builds too. Alright, okay. So, we're back in business. So, iPhone Pro 11, that's it. Let's go ahead and run this. We'll debug later on. I will get into some of the code. So the beauty of this is you get this project that is ready for you. You can see the app running and all of the code is right there for us to kind of look into. And you get to play around with the same app if you're going from the stores. Okay. Oh, sure. Trial. Sure. Okay. And I'm running this for the first time, like this version of the app, so it goes through like a little wizard thing. Fine, let's get started. Okay, so here we go. Here's the app. So this is all of the controls. You can see just how many controls we have. And the sample apps will take you to this, to the other list, which has those like 4 CRM, ERP, different type of sample apps. So everything's right there, and it looks like we put the dark mode thing right up there. And these are some of the new controls. So rich text, combo box, list picker, calendar, PDF viewer is new, the type 3 fonts, list view, charting, obviously, charting graphs and calendars, that's what we are good at. Sorry, I clicked on that. Okay, so first up, let's see what dark mode does. Ooh, makes everything dark. Surprise! Yeah, this is nice. Light mode, so we can toggle. Okay. Again, like dark mode, I think looks nicer when you are a single individual consuming it. When you're showing your screen, I think it just gets a little too dark. All right, so rich text editor, first look. So this is kind of what I was talking about. Wouldn't I love to head out to Barcelona and Tenerife right now? Because we have all living through a pandemic. We are stuck at home for the most part, unless you absolutely have to do something. Me and my family really haven't stepped out at all since last March. So you can see like this one's composing like an email. It's got images, it's got tables. You can highlight things, you can change the fonts, you can indent. So it's like a really rich text editor experience. Okay. Import and export. Okay, so you can bring in, I'm guessing like HTML type stuff, and that we can export out as well. What does this button do? Oh, okay, you can open up new things if you wanted to, and then change. And then where's the export? This one? Oh yeah, so it just exports that out as an HTML file. Okay. Customization. Let's control that. Okay, what can we customize here? What does that do? Oh. So, like if I wanted to just underline that. Okay, so I can change colors right there. I can do any of the indentation, and I get more text formatting options. Superscript, subscript, cross through. So it's all there. Emmanuel Berg, what are you saying? Seems like a small issue with the toolbar. Which toolbar? My toolbar? I don't know. Maybe you can clarify. Oh, you meant inside, popping up when you scroll. Yeah, no, I think it's meant to do that. Let me see. Like this one is a floating one, but I see what you're saying. Like, like if I select something, come on, let me select. Oh, I didn't go into edit mode. Okay, so like when I select something, I think it's meant to do that. Like it's meant to be a little floating thing, because if you were able to scroll, like you want that to be a little sticky, I think. Yeah. So I think that's what it is. Okay, so rich text editor, dark mode. Well, now here's the interesting thing. What if I go into a control and then I change the mode? Let's go into like maybe a chart. Hang on, don't go away. Charts and graphs. This is all the good stuff, the shiny stuff, right? And this is what is just hard to do by hand. Okay, so we have a graph here, or a bar chart. Is there a way to toggle the change theme? No, these are the themes. So each of the controls come with, like the whole suite comes with a bunch of themes. Themes are a bunch of styles put together, but they have nothing to do with light mode or dark mode. So I think this app, like it lets you toggle here, and let's go to chart now. And let's go to that again. Okay, so I mean, this is something you as a developer can listen to the OS and expose that or toggle that and kind of respect the OS's chosen mode. Okay, so dark mode is something that carries right through, and I think it's on top of any of the other grids. Let's do one more thing here. Let's do combo box. Okay, so let's do first look. So you get these combo boxes right here, right? And that's supporting dark mode. What if no, you can't change the theme here because this one doesn't have anything to change. Okay, let's go back to the chart because that one of them had a theme. So now we have light mode. No, area series doesn't have theme. I thought bar series did have a theme. Or maybe the theme is not switchable once you go to dark mode, which is, let's see. So go in here. Oh, maybe we just have it turned off, like when you do dark mode. So, oh, this is the default mode. This is the blue mode. Oh, I see. So in the dark mode, you can't switch themes quite as yet. Could be something engineering is working on. But I can make it blue, and then it's just everything is blue. Okay. Okay. What else is new? No, wait, I wanted to scroll up. Oops, nope, wait, don't go away. Okay. Combo box, let's go back. What else was new? So we had rich text editor, which we looked at, dark mode, tab view. A tab view is new. Where is tab view? Oh, and PDF viewer has that type 3 fonts, which I don't know if we can kind of know what is a type 3 font. It just has support for it now. So I mean, this is kind of a classic like PDF viewer. It lets you save and create or edit or whatever you want, manipulate PDFs right here in your Xamarin iOS or Android or other apps. Yeah, I don't know if there is like the type 3 fonts. That's something we can play around with. Large files, no. List view, chart. No, let me get to the tab view. And this is chronologically arranged tab view. Okay, updated right there. Okay. Okay, so what was new? Tab view had disabled tabs, sliding tab headers, and switch. Okay. World clock. Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, okay. See that? So if you are arranging your content in different tabs, you can, based on whatever you might be doing, like you can disable a tab, like if the user is not authorized to go into a certain tab. So I can do this, and can I swipe? Yeah, I can swipe around. Yeah, process, yeah. So when I do this, it just swipes away, okay? All right, so that's one example. Restaurant menu, what is this one? Oh, this is nice, that's beautiful. See, this is so nice to be able to have tab views like this, which present all, I mean, it's like a container control, like it's a layout, right? So it lets you just present your app content in a nice way. And I think there is like a very basic tab view built in, but this one's kind of on steroids. It lets you edit everything and theme it, obviously. Okay. So that's all the good stuff here. Let's see. I do want to go into the dark mode support and see how we are enabling that. Okay, so let's turn this off. And this is the advantage. Like you see the app running, which again you don't need to download this thing. You can just pick up your phone or your iPad or your Android phone or tablet, go to the App Store, and you can play with the same app that I'm doing. But if you download it, then you have the code for it, right? So then you can play around and see what we're doing. Okay, I'm pretty sure there's nothing in iOS, so I'm going to go in here and look for examples. But this one is kind of on a home view. So let's do home. This is the home view XAML. There you go. So now you see XAML. All right, slide view. What are these? New beta CTP? I didn't see those. Like you can show which ones you want to see. Font size. But this is kind of literally the home view with the wizard thing that we crossed. No, hang on, right border. This looks a little bit, is dark mode supported? Oh, we are doing stuff here. Is visible, okay. Change app theme command. So there's a gesture right there. Stop and expand. And this is the main content. Okay, what was the thing that just said when we launched? Like it says dark mode right here. Like, is that text coming from anywhere, or is it hard coded? Dark mode? No, it's coming from like we are reading a value somewhere. Geez, today the sun is really bright right next to me. So sorry about my camera not able to adjust to so much light. All right, let's take a look. That button's got to be somewhere. These are all the resource dictionaries. Let's see. Slide view. These are all the styles. Now we get to the side drawer, which is, I think, the placeholder for all of the wizards. And then we get to the list view of all the features, right? This slide view, I think, contains like the thing here, which is like that little slider thing, so we can slide around and see like the featured controls. I think that's what that is. And then we come down, we got an item template. I think that is the continuation of that same featured lists thing. And there's a grid here, there's a rad border. So often we'll use the rad border to give it that rounding. So this may be it. Is visible, light is this, dark is that. Okay, app theme binding, border color. I can't read your name, but give me a second. Follow from Sired SRP2. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that. So we are binding it here, and it has a tap gesture, and it's doing that. So where is that at? Change app theme mode. Okay. Look for it in the whole solution, please. All right, so it's in a view model. So we are doing MVVM without actually using a framework, which is nice because most of it is built into Xamarin Forms. And we have a clear separation between what's a view model, and where is the code. So this was the one that we looked at, tap gesture, and then we go into the home view model. What happened to my music? It's still playing? Yeah, it's playing. Just an awkward pause. It's a weird type of music. Let me skip a track. Come on, play me something nice. There we go. Okay, so is dark mode supported? And we are returning. Hang on, let me close this because everything is right here in this view mode. All right, so let's go to look through this file. So this is literally the home view model that is powering the home view. All right, there, that's the text, right? So these are the two read-only texts that light up the light mode and the dark mode texts on that red border. Is dark mode supported? Okay, how are we knowing that? Let's do a search. Not the whole solution, just look at current document. Find. Oh, found a lot of things, okay. That's one. That's two. Oh, okay. So this is nice. So what we're doing here is a little bit of dependency injection, right? So device info is coming from this dependency service, which is Xamarin Forms, and it kind of lets the device be replaced, or the Xamarin Essentials come in and give you that device info service. So we don't care what it is. We just need to ask that dependency service to say, what is this, OS version 13? This must be something of our own. I don't know. Oh, if it is iOS, then it has to be greater than 13. Okay, so I think iOS 13 is when it started supporting dark mode. So it's just a check. And if the runtime platform is not UWP, does UWP not support dark mode? I thought it did, but maybe it doesn't. But okay, clearly that's how we know what it is. All right. And then what? That's that. And okay. And then we read that, and if it is supported, now we can try to toggle it. Request theme change, update app theme text. Okay. All right, hang on, let's take a look at this. Update app theme text. Where's this? Go to declaration. Application current requested theme. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. So this is the nice thing about using it straight out of the Xamarin Forms APIs. So we are literally saying OS app theme, switch it to dark. And then also toggle this dark mode text and the light mode text, which are literally reading light mode or dark mode. And it's not equals this. Okay. What is this OS app theme? It's an enum. Wait, where did my... hang on. It lost the connection to my trackpad. No, it's right there. There it is. Okay. Dot. Oh, look at that. So it's got light, get format. So light and dark are the main things. Okay. So right there you have OS app theme. That's what we are using to toggle it. And then it trickles all the way down. So everything becomes dark. So any areas which are not painted by the controls obviously come through as dark mode. And then any part of our UI which supports dark mode, which is the whole suite now, gets to be in the dark mode. So, okay. Good to know. And was there anything new in the rich text editor? It's just out of beta entirely. I'll have to ask around and see like if there are any changes here in the customizations, anything new. I don't see anything off the top. And the import export, that's been around. Oh, I can save it apparently. Oh, I can save it. Yeah. So it'll give you like file system access to save that document on file, and then you can keep changing it. All right, what is this? Undo, redo? Oh, it has, yeah, so you can look at that, and then I can undo that. Okay, so undo, redo is nice. All right, so yeah, that's I think most of the pieces with Xamarin. Okay, so Citariot, do you do C++? I used to. I'm old. I learned much of my programming in C++ or like even COBOL, but I don't do anymore. I haven't for years and years now. It's all C#. Yeah. All right. So that's good to know that it works. The simulator is running, the project is compiling and building, so that is all good. Let's switch gears to other stuff here, right? So that's all the Xamarin stuff, but what about all of this desktop stuff? WPF, WinForms, WinUI. And for that, I need to go to Windows, which I actually have a Windows box sitting like behind my desk. It's a little desktop, but since I'm already on a Mac, I'm going to do the easier thing and pull up Parallels Desktop. I don't know if any of you use a VM to run Windows. It works for the most part. Keeps the fan going quite a bit on a Mac because it's doing a lot. It's virtualized. In the chat room, Citariot, why were you asking about C++? Is that something you do, or you're just curious? My lighting is really off, and I do apologize. There's nothing I can do with so much of the sun, which is a good thing, but just not when you're streaming. Okay, so I'm on Windows now, and also for Windows, and if you are on Windows, you can do this. You can go to the stores and get the app, so you don't have to install anything. You can just get the apps right there. So let me do a search on where's my thing? There you go, Telerik. Okay, right there. So WPF, WinForms, UWP. The Xamarin one is here too because it has the UWP component. All of that is right there. So if I go there, I already should have the WPF app. The product is installed, but I don't think it actually has. Oh, there, right there. It's downloading a new version. Because I was thinking like it doesn't have the latest one installed, but it did actually. So can I do that for the WinForms one? WinForms. Okay, installed. What is this? Update. it doesn't update by default, so that's nice. Okay, we'll give it a second to update. And so this is a nice thing, like if you have the app, and I'm sure like once you launch the app, it's going to give you a warning to say, hey, there's a new version. And then you get to install it. So the good thing is, again, with the Xamarin app, like I actually downloaded the source code, I looked around, which I can also do for WinForms and WPF. But if you just wanted to play, you don't have to get the source code or the binaries, you can just play. So let's launch WPF. Okay, now this is, it's a heavy thing because it has like hundreds of controls. This is for a full-fledged desktop development. This is WPF, and 140 plus controls right there. It's one of our more matured UI suites. Okay, so I see a bunch of new things. The card view is new, and then a bunch of updates on radial menus, style list, syntax editor. Let's take a look. What was new? New card view control. Yes. Accessibility improvements, always good. Tile list has a new horizontal layout. And see that like this PDF viewer support for type 3, this is now everywhere. Like it's on WPF and WinForms and Xamarin, because again, it's all supported by that same .NET standard library. Okay, so let's close this and look for what is new. So this is being WPF. It's a full-fledged Windows desktop application, and let's go into card view. Okay, so what is card view? So it's like little cards, looks like. So very heavily used like for mobile or web form factors. This one here is, oh, it's already in a grid, so that's nice. So you can really present a bunch of information really nicely without showing much of it. So when I open it up, you get this card view, and then what does that do? Oh, so it collapses. Okay. And apparently this one here, you can actually also change it. So rad card view allows you to display data in a card-like layout where you can sort, group, or edit each card. The example demonstrates how to use control in a setup with some queryable data source. Now, what's nice is on these ones, we also have themes. Now, this one is doing a Fluent theme, which is the Microsoft themes. So that's Fluent Light. And if I go Fluent Dark, the whole card changes. That's nice. Office 2019, this was something we did last release, and that's there. There's a gray version, and where is, okay, this is material. So again, flat colors, very eye-popping things, easy to navigate. Visual Studio colors 2013. Now we're going back to other ones. Office, Crystal. These are some things used kind of in a Mac layout, but yeah, Fluent Light works. So that's the first look of the card view. And the nice thing here is like there's a code tab right there. When you click on it, it actually shows you. So you don't need to download or install, or like not install, but you don't need to download the source code. Like it's right there. So you don't need to do anything else. So we give you the source code that is powering that control right there. And I can make this a little bigger so we can read. And here's the Telerik rad card view, and it's binding to a certain thing to get the headers. Item source is view, and the source is whatever. There you go. And then it has a data template to show you the first name, the last name, and then it had data field descriptors. So the border, that's the image for the image of the person binding to that picture. So it's just a full-on card view, and you can do whatever you want. Headers for card data field descriptors. So it's made up of multiple of these card data field descriptors. Country, city, phone, whatever. Sounds pretty simple. And here's the example.cs. So if I make it bigger, so we're getting like a queryable collection view, and we are just binding the source collection to this employees collection. selected item loaded. So we are getting this from some database, or this could just be a JSON file since it's all local. So clear and easy data binding solution. Oh, and you can also theme this. What is this? Oh, we already tried this one, right? So I can go material, and so just everything just changes within the cards. And the cards are just placeholders, so you can do whatever you want with the cards. Okay, that is good. And then for the whole sample, you can also change the theme right here. For WPF, you can go to light or dark, then the whole app changes. All right. And I can dive into the code that powers this, but what else? Tile list, PDF viewer. Okay, let's go into the tile list. What's updated? Oh, this is new. It has a little like a horizontal flow now. Rad tile list displays tiles in a mosaic manner. It allows you to represent small amounts of data in the form of tiles that the end user is able to smoothly scroll left or right. Just like in Windows 8, the tiles can be reordered and dragged and dropped. Nice. So it's kind of like what Windows 8 style used to be. Okay, so I can here's the thing. So I can swipe around easily with my finger if I'm using it on a touch-enabled kiosk, and I can drag and drop. So that's nice. And tile list now has a bunch of new things. Tile orientation. Okay, so that's new. Here, like given a grid or a stack layout, given a surface area, freestyle coder, lurk. I don't think that if you were wanting that to be a command, I don't think that I have that enabled, because like we stream from multiple like channels or setups, so I don't have that setup going. There could have been a different stream where you could say not lurk and then it'll do something. I don't have things enabled, those commands enabled here. Okay, so rad tile list allows you to specify what is the arrangement flow of the tiles using its orientation property. So this whole tile list view has an orientation property, which is vertical, and I can make it horizontal, which doesn't change anything, but I think it just makes it go like flat out and then wrap. And you can make them center or you can make them left. Okay, this is just alignment, stretch. Okay. So vertical is this, and then you can, oh, I see. You can make them aligned bottom, top, left, or stretch. Okay. And then you can theme it, obviously. Fluent dark will make it all dark. Freestyle coder, it's cool, more than the fact that I'm kind of listening in the background. Yeah, thank you for joining in. Yeah, so tile list is new with a bunch of updates. Looks like that tile orientation is new. And actually, let me take a look at that code real quick. All right, here's the user control, and again, I'm showing my age here. I don't know if many of you do XAML or if you do WPF XAML like I do, but this is pretty standard XAML stuff here. Rad combo box, rad tile list right there. So pretty simple setup. Item source is bound to items collection, and it has a group template, it has an item template, container style, and orientation is also a property that you can bind to. So if I look at this code behind, we are getting the data context, we are getting a theme that we can toggle. Okay, view model, where are we getting the data from? Oh, it's a raid. Oh, Mr. Fritz is here with his army. Hold on. We gotta celebrate the raids. There. And this is going to be long. Yay. I told you it's a long raid. But thank you, Mr. Fritz. Hello, raiders. All right. My long raid music is done. But thank you, Mr. Fritz, for raiding. Welcome everyone. we are coding, we are exploring a release that we just had, and I'm not sure if I think Jeff was actually doing some stuff. Oh, and I got the chickens flying around now. Thank you. I thought you were doing something with Telerik bits this morning. I was a little late. I should have jumped on, but yeah, welcome Raiders, welcome folks. What am I doing here? I am not building an app per se, but I am exploring a release that we just dropped yesterday. So this is the Telerik release. Now this is the dotNET Dev Show. We talk about a bunch of different things on this show, but I get to do this like 3 times in the year, where we have a major release and we have webinars and other things following up. So if you are using Telerik or Candy UI, we just had a drop for our first release of the year, and so I'm exploring what's new for mobile, for desktop, and other bits. So it's all up here on our blogs, and essentially it's productivity for .NET developers. So lots of goodness with Blazor. And all of the web stuff, ASP.NET Core, and Ajax is not forgotten as well. Thank you for the follow. And what I was looking into was WPF and WinForms, because again, they may be slightly older technologies, but it runs your business. So what's wrong with that? If it runs your enterprise workflows, then we are here to support WinForms as well. WinUI is brand new. It's actually not even out of preview from Microsoft, but we already have preview bits out. We already looked at Xamarin, which was an app that you can, and for all of these things, there are apps out there in the stores. We can go and check them out. The UI is out there for you to play around with, and all the source code is also open source, so you can take a look. Thank you for the follows. So yeah, I'm not going to go into the reporting or testing all that much, but we are looking at WPF. All right, let me watch my time. At 11:30 Eastern, I gotta go and get my kid back from school. So I got another like 10-15 minutes. So thank you folks who are just joining me. What I'm looking at here, since you are just joining me, I'll go back one more time. So this is a WPF control. Hang on, let's go back to overview. So this is a WPF app, okay? It's a big app because it has all of our UI just kind of built in, so you can play with this. If you are on Windows, you can simply head over to the Microsoft Store and you can do a search for Telerik, and you're gonna see this example or a sample app. So you don't need to install anything, you can play with all of the UI. So we were just looking at the card view, which is little cards that you can throw in, and it can orient itself horizontally or vertically, and you can style them with whatever themes you want to support, dark mode or light mode. And then we looked at the tile list control, which is a control that kind of mimics like what Windows 8 used to be. These are little tiles that you get to throw around, and you get to bind them to whatever data sources you want. Nice to show like binding with some images. And then you get to drag and drop. You get to let the user have the flexibility, and you also get to orient them however you want. So that was the tile list. Let's see what else is new. Radial Menu looks like it's updated. Click on the image to trigger Radial Menu button. I like this stuff because it's good UX when you are doing stuff like this. So I click on this, you see that thing that comes up. I'm forgetting the name of the thing. Microsoft had a thing where you could for like their Surface devices, they had a thing where you can, it's a physical button that you can control, and it does different things. So at least you have a software version of that. Flip. Oh, I can do a flip. That's nice. See that? I can do effects. Blur. Nice. Oh, look at that. Ooh, this is fancy for photo editing. This is fancy. Wait, what else was there? Frame symbols? What are symbols? Oh, I can do this. Oh, it shows up here. And frame. Oh, you can change the color of the frame. This is like very customizable. This is nice. Okay, so that's the radial menu. The drill down into different levels of items with new radial menu control. The circular menu comes with the support for selection, variety of commands, more than 15 predefined themes. So this whole thing that you see, this radial menu, this is for you to kind of customize, right? So you can throw in whatever you want. You can data bind it to give your users a customizable radial menu, and you work off that. So what's new? First look is new. Auto size menu items. That's different. What is auto sizing? Can auto size its items as they are less than 8. You can also have the option. Oh, okay. So so by default it's like 8, but I think you can just do with 4. So it makes things bigger. If you have 4. Configurator. Let's take a look. Oh, look at this. This is so nice. So I think by default it has like 8 slices for the whole radial menu. And then if I do auto size, it might make things smaller or bigger. And then you can control the radius, start angle, show tooltip. Oh, so see that little tooltip that shows mail right up top, like camera, that you can enable or disable. And you can change the colors, default color, file, show tooltip. What else? Oh, you can control where the tooltip shows up. Okay, and this is the theme color. So okay, and can I change that theme color? What does that do? No, now it changed. Like the file didn't have a color. Now it has some color. So again, lots of customization options here, which is real nice. And if I look at the code here, everything should be fairly easy to read. We have a border, rad slider, rad combo box, and then that's the guy, rad radial menu, which has a lot of properties: starting angle, show tooltip, auto size, auto calculate, start angle, preview tooltip, selection changed. So it's all there. Again, while the user is changing the selection, you get an event handler, so you can respond and you can show the more appropriate UI or have them come back. So I like this. It's a very polished new control that lets you kind of present your UX in a different way. Thank you for the follow, Ziventi Ziv. That's a nice name you got. Syntax editor, looks like some updates here. This is great. Like if you have a WPF app where you want to throw in a thing where your users are actually looking at code or documents, you can actually highlight the syntaxing and kind of behave like a Visual Studio or an IDE. Or if you're throwing like legal documents or any other documents where you want to have like custom highlighting, you can do all of that. And you can see like if it's like SQL, we do different highlighting. If it is like C# code, different highlighting for VB. This is XAML, so again, you can customize what that highlighting looks like and really let them have, like these are the taggers, like you can customize exactly what words are highlighted how and control their colors, which is nice. What else? Configurator. So document type is C#, so you can see like if I change these things to like SQL, like how the formatting and the syntax changes. I like these things. So if you're building a desktop application where your users are looking at something that handles a lot of formatting, this is the way to kind of do that in WinForms. All right, so I got probably 8 more minutes to go. Okay, so let's look at WinForms real quick, because that was WPF. And we also updated this one. You can see right there, it says R1 2021. So that's the brand new release as of yesterday. And it's so new, like the product teams and the release blog posts are not out yet, just hot off the press. So if I go back here to looking at WinForms, what's new? Toast notification is new. Rad picture box has SVG file support, so you get to show better resolution, better fidelity images. New theme, Office 2019. And just as we saw with the document processing libraries, you get word processing, Excel, PowerPoint, all of that document processing. And it now has support for Type 3 fonts and more SVG images, so all good. so let's take a look at this app here. Picture Box is new. What is Picture Box? It's used to display images in the client applications with no dependencies on external APIs, okay? It supports various image processing tools and effects like zoom and pan in a set of predefined panels, okay? Okay, so it's meant to show you pictures, but I mean, this one doesn't actually have pictures. Then you can download the images, save. You can add a new album. And okay, if I go in here, like it actually doesn't actually have the images, but it's a placeholder. Then you can share. Share button is clicked and you can delete. Okay, so no dependencies whatsoever. And then this Office 2019 theme is new, so it changes a little bit of the theme, and I can still have support for my dark mode, light mode, everything. So that's good. What else? That's one example of the Picture Box, and it has more settings, looks like. This example shows some of the customization options. You can adjust the settings, show border, show background, so you can see how the border disappears. Image layout is zoomed, or tile, or centered, stretch, yeah. Zoom factors, show the panels, yeah. So quite a few properties here to play around with. And toast notification. Okay, so I'm not sure if I have my notifications enabled on Windows, but let's try. This is nice if your app has to show like a notification to the user and say something happened. Maybe you like have a enterprise WPF app where the user just keeps the app running all through the day, and then you would like to respond or show the user different things. So let's see if this will work. No, because I have things turned off completely. No new notifications. Tablet mode, what do I do? Manage, because I think I just have it entirely get okay, on. Okay. All right, we'll just turn it on. There we go. So I just had it turned off. You can't see because my chair is in the way. But there's a Wonder Woman meets Superman type thing. All right, you can probably hear some of the ringing that went on. Hold on, I'm going to be like the magic man because you can't see what I'm doing here. It's in that corner. So I'm going to hide my face for just a second, okay? Here. I'm here. It's not the voice of God, but you can see the notifications, okay? So if I do this, so now you see that. That's a chat. Show reminders. All right, go away. Show weather forecast. No, I got too many of these now. Oh, that's weather. Okay, I got way too many things going on. All right, now let me come back. Where's my camera? There, I'm back. Okay, so that's notifications. So go ahead and notify your users however you would like. Okay, so that's nice. And lots of improvements across. Looks like barcode has some data matrix type thing. Oh, this is a new barcode two-dimensional format type of code widely used in industries for making small parts and items due to high data density. Okay. PDF viewer. This is looking way too big now. Let me minimize. How do I minimize? Oh, this whole thing is big. Okay, and then you get this bar so you can look around different aspects of your PDF and also be able to style the PDF viewer if I do PDF dark. So yeah, the PDF stays as it is, but just the rest of the control, which is the PDF viewer, adheres to the theme that you're looking at. Okay. Scheduler updates, yeah, so lots of love into the desktop products. So I got one more minute before I have to go and get my kid. So bottom line, lots of things we pushed out in the R1 release. The engineering teams have been busy. So this is across both Telerik and Kenda UI. So .NET devs and JavaScript devs, there is stuff here for you. And this is brand new as of yesterday. So if you're using anything Telerik or Kenda UI, go ahead and get the hot bits from NuGet or from NPM, however you get your bits. So get the hot bits, and then you'll see some of these features kind of light up. And come and join us next week. We are doing webinars on Tuesday and I think Wednesday. Actually, we can take a look as to where that is. So it looks like the Telerik webinar is on Tuesday, and the Kenda UI webinar is on Thursday. So come and join us if you're doing .NET or JavaScript. And then Friday, we are doing an all-day Twitch session right here on Coded Live from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So we're going to cover all technologies from Blazor to Xamarin to React to Angular, everything that we did in that release. We're going to cover, and we're going to get engineers to come and join us, and it's going to be a day of a lot of fun. Okay, so I think that's it from me. That's all the exploration I wanted to do for the mobile and the desktop stack. Like I said, brand new release. I don't get to do this type of a stream too often, but like with the major release every 3 times a year, I get to sit down and unpack. Today you saw me just explore the bits as if I've never used the controls, but next week we're going to dive a lot more into it and explore things a little more deep dive. We'll get some engineers to come and join us, so it should be a lot of fun. So chat room, thank you for hanging out with me. For those of you who came from Mr. Fritz, hope you enjoy Coded Live. Hang around here. We got more streams today and more streams tomorrow. This is a channel where we talk a bunch of things throughout the week. .NET, JavaScript, UX, UI. We do a chat show. We do a podcast. So come and join us as and when your time permits. But otherwise, I love you all. Thank you for hanging out with me, and hope you have a great rest of your day. Okay, so that's it from me. Adios, and I will see you on the next stream. Okay, bye-bye.